for bingo.
My bad dog. That's how I come in on the track on the ass, Rio.
Come on, man.
Come on, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Tinted Reality Show. It's been a minute, and we've been, just thriving and climbing to get back at the show for y'all, man. So we back. What's good, sir?
What's good, bro?
I can't call it.
Put my phone on.
It's all good to be you. You VIP. You a very important person, man. So I suspect you would receive a large number of messages, sir. It's all good. First and foremost, man. Look, TGIF to you, man. Everybody get us on Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, any and everywhere you get to YouTube. We're still catching up on the YouTubes, man. I've been out the net for a hot little second. We've been having real life happening over here, man. And
yeah.
But we stay connected, man. We stay connected like shoelaces, bro. Let's get
Come
it,
on,
man. Yes, sir. What's good with you, man?
I'm good, bro. Like,
yeah. Talk about it, man.
It just feel good to get up here and actually like put my poetry in motion again. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
man. It's just,
I'm telling you, man. It's a therapeutic art form for content creation that I think a lot of people need to embrace even more. I would say, you know what I mean? It's something with just having a good, honest conversation, man, with good, honest people. And so I missed it, bro. You know, like I said, down in the dirt roads, man. There's no way we could go out there. I could even call my wife when I was at the house, bro. I was like, damn.
That's crazy. Carry a pigeon out there.
Yo, I'm out on the porch like at 4 a.m. with my phone up, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get it right, bro. Just trying to get a semblance of reception.
Nothing in the sky. Still can't get it.
No satellites over rural Alabama. Ain't no towers, no satellites, nothing, man. Yeah. Shout out to Verizon, man. Look, if y'all need to put a tower in rural Alabama, you guys will, your stock will quadruple tenfold because everybody down
put it
there
on top of a water tower or something.
Bro, ain't no water towers down there. We in the sticks, you heard? I'm country. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to UT Alabama, man. It's been, I wish I was there under better circumstances, man, but nonetheless, I was there. I got to see family I hadn't seen in decades, bro. You know what I mean? And God, it was just good to be home, you know. And obviously, when somebody passed away, we always come to the conclusion, we got to do this more. We got to do this more, man. And so I am holding myself accountable in regards to that, bro. I want to be that connective tissue, you know what I mean, to keep everybody at least in conversation with one another, man, because, you know, we grow up, we leave home, and we're all over the world, bro. You know how that go. We get so entrenched in our own daily lives, man. It's kind of hard to reach back sometimes. Your heart is there, you know what I'm saying? But that pick up the phone every now and then, man. So I've been working on that this last week, man. Just, hey, how's it going? I know I ain't talked to you forever, but, you know, love you, miss you type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Every knee needs a ligament.
Yeah, come on. Ooh, bars. Unlike the bars of reception that I had when I was at home, you got. Yeah, man. Dude, it's good, man. Tinted Reality Show. We back in the building, man. Oh, golly, it feels good, man. We got so much stuff to talk about, bro. I mean, depending on where we want to start it at, man. But I am this. I don't know what the word is, but I guess I'm flabbergasted by the number of things that's going on at one time in this country. Like, we got
I'm disgusted by a lot of it.
That too. I mean, yeah, but it's so much going on. It's so much going on, and quite honestly, man, I feel like I've earned the right after you know, putting my life on the line for this country a few times, man, to be critical, right? Of the administration and their handling or their lack thereof of handling certain situations, because that's what being honest and being a fair broker is all about, right? We criticize the last administration when they jack some shit up, you know, and
especially when you've been involved in some of the situations. So it's not like you're not giving third-hand knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like, no, absolutely. And don't get me wrong. I think that no administration is perfect, bro, but sometimes you got to help yourself.
Correct.
Like, you can't be stepping on your own nuts, man, and looking behind you talking about who's stepping on my balls. Like, player, that's you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
You're the only one walking over there.
That's all. That's it, man. Like, Like for real, bro. I mean, we can start with the border joint. Like real talk, man. You got our Haitian brothers and sisters out there seeking asylum, man, for any number of reasons, man. The country's been devastated for shit since they kicked Napoleon's little ass. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, and it's no real talk, man. So and
Let's
that's
not forget they didn't get much help with the hurricane that hit.
bro. They ain't get the hurricanes, the earthquakes. It's like
Yeah.
For us to have an ambassador to the nation of Haiti, bro, and still treat them the way we do. And don't get me wrong, we give a lot of face value support. But the real, I guess, the real work that needs to be done to help not just Haiti, but a lot of these countries, man, to sustain themselves and stuff, man, because look at those are our brothers and sisters, bro, regardless of what island they come from. No matter how you cut it, bro. I have Haitian Americans in the army when I was in the army. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of them, bro. They serve admirably. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. And they sacrifice just like any and all of us, man. So it kind of breaks my heart when I see some of the treatment that this country and people from this country receives a lot of the times, bro. I don't know, man. But I would say this: you can. I mean, first of all, hold on, time out. Let's the optics, right? I know that's what you want to get to. You want to get to the horseback
I'm
optics.
chilling, bro.
That look on your face, like get to it, get to
it. I'm like, just take the leash off. Just take the leash off.
I mean, I'd be real. I'd be real political in nature, man. When I jump on early, I think we've been doing this over a year. I've been triggered like at least once, maybe twice. You know what I'm saying?
But according to you were triggered last episode.
Oh, I was fired up, man. For anybody that I may have offended, just know that I don't apologize because I was. I'm allowed to be triggered once in a while, man. I'm always cool coming collector. So, yeah. But that being said, bro, we should have had a third on the night, man. I would love to hear brother Jeremy Mays on this right here. You know what I mean? Just kind of from or either Jeff, man, on this particular topic, because I know they will come with some more insight. You know what I mean? Definitely. But
this is an ongoing situation, so we better talk about it longer.
Yeah.
Being forthcoming, Jeremy said he can get on next week.
No doubt, man. We'll connect that, try to make that work, man. But yeah, because this thing is still gonna be a hot button issue back then, exactly. As well, man. So I mean, the optic of these dudes chasing down dudes on horseback, man, and using their reins as
look very familiar, don't it?
You know.
Let's talk about it. So, you holding Pandora's box. Let's open it.
No, it's been open. But I'm gonna say this right here. So just okay. I'm not so much concerned with the vessel used in the horse, right? I understand.
Right.
I understand the terrain, the rough and rugged.
It dictates.
You
can't get a vehicle down there.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, man. But I feel that as though if you are a sworn deputy of the law, right, you have to have some semblance of decency and humanity to say, hey, this might not be the proper way I want to use this particular vessel to I guess not necessarily hurt people, but to corral or control a situation, right?
Why do you feel that way?
Huh?
Why do you feel like they have to have something?
Because again, even if you're going to say, okay, we're going to monitor the situation, we know where they're going. Like, you can't outrun the satellite or any
now
of these
with the
drones.
heat sensors, all them.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's more or less my point, because you had other means at your disposal to ensure, command and control of that particular situation, but yet and still, some of these individuals resorted back to some of the most historical natures
colonial times?
the historic natures of overseer in this country. You know what I'm saying? And it just it was a bad move. And obviously it wouldn't sit well. Whenever you got Democrats and Republicans both disagreeing with you, you probably made a bad deal, bro. Like they don't agree with shit. At this point, I don't even know who the hell attacked the Capitol on January 6th. They didn't. Everything's so jacked up right now. Like they don't agree on shit, but then both come out and be like, hey, kind of a bad move right there, bad optic. You must have really did something wrong, bro. Like, and I get it. I do get it. Them guys got a hell of a job down there to do, bro. But you have to exercise a certain level of decorum, right, in order to make the mission happen. Especially, there's no need. You're not chasing Afghan refugees down like that. There was no need for you to do so. You know what I'm saying? But when the brothers and sisters come over, and I don't even want to make it a racial thing. I just think it's a bad optic. Was that?
I will.
I mean, again, we can't. That's low hanging fruit, though. I think I'm trying to think more of a governmental response effort to these type of things, man. Because again, what has been proven that it doesn't matter the administration of which who's controlling the border, we're getting the same result. What that tells me is that the system itself is broken, right? It doesn't matter who in charge, because the person is in charge, obviously he don't have a handle on the situation, right? Or the people that he's placing in these positions of power to make these decisions, they don't have a handle on the situation. And that's the optics. The optics itself is bad, but that's the method in which you chose to execute and command and control down there, bro. It's horrible. What's up with your face, man? I don't like your face. You got like resting dude face right now. What the fuck is that shit?
All that shit was cute. That shit was cute.
So let me ask you this question then. So you think just by and large, flat out, it just because they were black Haitians?
Do they treat anybody else like that? When the Mexicans was on the border, did they get treated?
I mean, I don't know. They could have. Maybe we just didn't see it.
Touche.
I
think this is why I say it's racial. They sent plenty of Afghans over here with no problem. But your neighbors, you're turning away all your neighbors. Mexicans, Cubans at the time, Haitians, everybody's getting turned back.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I look at it is, America's ran like a business. If you can't do anything for me, I'm stepping on you. And that's what it is, bro. They getting stepped on because they it's nothing that they provide, like oil, like opium. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have a need for the natural resources in their countries. So what we do, fuck them. And the saying is, watch who you step on the way up, because on the way down, you know what I'm saying?
But so to that, I would say, and I'll play devil's advocate. You're not wrong. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's some semblance of that shit popping right now, which is driving the response that we're currently seeing, right? But again, then I would say, then what about the Haitian Americans that do make it here, that do go through the process to become a naturalized citizens to that effect? Then in that, because one would argue that nobody would ever come over here from Haiti because we don't have we can't gain anything from the natural resources, right?
The thing is, when you consider yourself the melting pot, nobody's gonna ever stop trying to get in the pot.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna ever stop trying to get in the pot.
And nor should they.
So, and they might not know that you rejected me, or they might say, "Well, fuck it, rejection from you is still better than the way I'm living right now." You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just think we turned our back on the people that need us the most.
No, I totally agree. We barely helped them when the damn earthquakes hit the last time. We just like, hey, exactly. We'll help y'all with some humanitarian aid, but I almost feel like we can do more. That's
tough.
You talk about this is like literally the only thing separate Dominican Republic from Haiti is a freaking mountain.
Thank you.
It's the same island, bro. Like, but the people just happen to look different. So I hate to, and I get it, right? So let's just like say the box is open.
So is it classism then?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I can honestly say I don't know, right? I can speculate and throw shit against the wall and see what sticks, man. But I would say we have a known point in this country where certain people don't want the demographics of this country to change, right? Because they're drastically changing, fast, and where those who were considered the majority are now becoming a minority fast, very fast, right? And so I could see just from an outer perspective, you got this big herd of black people coming into this country, like, oh, hell no, by any means, do whatever you need to do, not in Texas, and people go ape shit crazy. And I mean, we sending these guys back to a country, some of them hadn't lived for it in 12 and 13 years, bro. They didn't just come from Haiti because of the last earthquake. These guys were already living in Central America and in these other places, and they made their way north. So we returned many of them back to a place that they hadn't even been to before. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there's, again, and that goes back to my previous statement when I say the handling of these situations. You got to have somebody smart enough in the room to recognize or to give a shit, right? To say, hey, this might not be the best thing to do. And then just from a humanitarian perspective, bro, like just basic human decency.
Where's the diplomacy?
Bro, I mean, real shit. Like, and I get it. Everybody can't come, right? Not at one time anyway, but all you hear is about, oh, they coming to steal our jobs and do this and that. If so many migrants and refugees and people from other countries coming to steal these jobs, then why in the fuck am I seeing all these help wanted signs?
You might have just lost some of your restaurant workforce. They would have came in and took those jobs quick.
Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about when we say X amount of jobs are unmanned in the United States at this current time, man? But we turning people who were coming and ready to work day one and will outwork many of these comfortable Americans day one. Like, what are we talking about? You can't talk about there's a labor shortage when you turning away the labor.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it's lip service, man. Like my mom used to say this, boy, you talking about both sides of your mouth. It's like literally you talking about both sides of your mouth when you do that, bro.
If a refugee can come in and take your job, you didn't have the right degree plan in college.
You got the wrong fucking job.
Or you just didn't go.
Yeah, like your choice of occupation was flawed. Let's just say it. I try to put that nicely, bro. Like,
Come on, man.
Like, real shit though. You 100% correct, man. Like, what are you doing to where anybody just can cross the border and take your job like day one, bro? What are you talking about? What are we talking about? And America has plenty. We got plenty, bro. Our problem is maintaining the systems of haves and have-nots, right? Maintaining the system of haves and have-nots, because these people, honestly, if you had a robust immigration policy, right, and this ain't just this administration, every administration has failed at this because I mean, you go back to the last 10 administrations have failed at this because they worried about the base and how the base perceives of whether it's overtaking of America due to Central America and Latin American immigrants, or from whoever, right? It just this is where it is, man. But you had a robust we from a solid immigration right here tonight, people, right? You got a robust immigration policy.
Yep.
Okay, it involves going through X, Y, and Z through the process. Okay, come through the process. Look, hey, this your placement. Here you go. All right, your job is X, Y, and Z. That job is a temporary job until, unless you come in with documentation just saying, hey, I was an astrophysicist and fucking.
Right.
And then obviously.
And I can take this.
Yeah, these skills translate anywhere, right?
About.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, those skills would translate regardless. You know what I'm saying? And those are people obviously that you want because it helps build that particular field into whatever it's going to be. You know what I mean? But that's just from a labor perspective, right? You wouldn't be having these issues, man. Like, you come in and you come in, you getting a job. We're already taxing that you're getting taxes. They paying taxes on the job that they just got that nobody wanted to do to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And
Think
then
about all the
not
small businesses that closed because they didn't have workforce.
And they're not a burden on the system. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's I think biggest things. Like I was listening to Joe Madison this morning. Somebody was talking about, oh, they come here and now they're a burden on the system with entitlements. I mean, but nobody says anything about corporate welfare, bro. All these tax breaks these corporations get, nobody says jack shit about. Millions and trillions and billions of dollars.
Billions and trillions.
But I'm supposed to be worried about this $600 this dude get a week, bro. Like, miss me with that change. The small cheese, man. Like, what are we talking about? So I think we can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. We can handle this crisis, and we should have handled it a lot better. Because now you're reacting, right? Now you're fucking reacting because the optics look bad. You know what I mean? It goes back to the handling of the withdrawal of Afghanistan. Now you're rushing and you're reactive because the optics look bad, because it don't like you have a clue or you didn't have a game plan. It didn't like X amount of thousands of Haitians just popped up on your door one day, bro. They just think, hey, knock on the door, talk about where the jobs at. Yeah, like you knew they were coming. Like,
right.
It's, golly, I just don't understand, bro. Simple shit like that, bro. Just straight madness, man.
I don't understand how we have all these people that are heads of committees for stuff like this, and like they're not being held accountable.
But what is accountability?
They hiding behind the president. To me, if I'm president, I'm firing your ass because you ain't handling your shit.
You making me look bad. Get
your when you the leader of a team, you got your managers, and it's like, hey, I can't oversee everything. I believe in you to handle this part
and make the right decisions and back brief me appropriately.
Right. I don't give a fuck if you my nephew. If you fucking up, you out of here.
Do you think that's because the person, because you had the one guy, the ambassador, just resigned, right? He resigned because basically he said, ain't nobody listening to me. Maybe that's the case, and a lot of that is going on. Hey, I'm telling you, X, Y, Z.
If I'm president, anybody he talked to that didn't respond to him in a reasonable manner, gotta go.
It might have been the State Department. That's on.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. I agree. Accountability is everything, man.
The only way things are going to change if people's feet are held to the fire.
Come on, bro.
And it's so much government entanglement. I don't know who's in that position. I don't know who he spoke to. You know what I'm saying? People. I wish everybody was like Trump, where they just call people out by name. But then we would know.
If he got to the point where he resigned, that means, look, y'all bitches ain't listening. I'm out.
Right.
This is exactly how it went down.
Bro, you know how frustrating, how many sleepless nights the man had?
Yeah. Because he probably cares. He gives a crap about what's going down, what's popping in people, because that's what ambassadors are supposed to do. They're supposed to be that, attache to that particular country. And this dude got to the point where he just like, man, look, I'm good. I don't need this.
He was a knee ligament and he popped.
Yeah. Come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. But now that everybody's reacting, I mean, maybe we'll get something going. And I mean, some have been allowed to stay, obviously, but it could have been that from the jump. Then you don't have these horse riding optics and all this other crazy mess going on, bro. Yeah, put them in the same camp as the Afghanis. You got room for that?
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, why there's not a camp we can put these people? And within a week, we like, hey, you can stay. You 40 have been qualified to stay.
Yeah.
Y'all got to go back.
But see, that requires, again, thinking.
Yeah, and it's just like preliminary checks, like you said. Oh, you're an astrophysicist? Welcome.
Yeah. That requires people to do their jobs, man. Think again, bro, and we already know we're asking rhetorical questions as fuck, right? Because it's so easy to maintain a status quo. It requires very little effort for you to do anything outside the box. If you really wanted to fix healthcare or immigration reform or police reform, it requires thinking and people taking actions, right? You can go back to fucking the seatbelt mandate of the 80s. People, I don't want to wear no damn seatbelt. I'd rather die. Wrinkle up my shirt. This dumb shit, right? People just come up with shit. And because it bucked the status quo, it's easier to maintain. And I think right now what we're seeing in terms of policy, it's just like, hey, you know what? We got this other shit to worry about. Let's continue to do what them last guys did because it's easier. You know what I mean? And I think that's where you get yourself into trouble, because just because it worked for the previous administration and then one before that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. The situation is different. There's different characters at play, different, you know what I'm saying, different actors on the stage, bro. Real
when
shit.
is America gonna start helping America?
Just a whole nother podcast tonight.
We've been gone. Lord have mercy. We've gone through such heartbreak in this country.
Yep.
We're broken.
Mm.
We're broken. So what you hear is a lot of irrational responses.
Yeah.
Because that's what broken people do. They just react irrationally because they don't realize they're broken.
Yeah.
It's time for us to really heal, man. Like, there's so many chinks in our armor. We think we're America the Great, but we're not bulletproof, man. You know, and it's like it's time for us to really look within and decide how we want to fix this thing. Nobody's going anywhere.
Right.
So you can get that out your head. Everybody who's here is here. You know what I'm saying? So we got to work together, man, because like it's gonna be fucking better for my son if I got to do it myself to make it better for my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over it.
I think one, you 100% correct. What's up my face?
Yo, I thought it was just my joint tripping.
Nah, that's crazy. What is that?
You bobbleheading right now.
I don't know what's going on, bro. How am
You split screen bobbleheading.
I
Yikes.
stuck like that? That's crazy, yo. Is it my net? What the hell? Anyway, we're gonna vibe until it stops, man. That's crazy. Yo, what the devil is that, bro?
That's what made me stop talking, because I was like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, man. Hold on tight, bro. Yeah, man. Like you were saying, bro, we got to come together. I think that's where we was at before the technical difficulties. But we just gonna Charlie Mike, as they say. We're gonna continue mission, bro. It's all good in the hood, man. But what I was going to say in response to your eloquently stated comment, sir, was you're right, man. I think there's a lot of finger pointing and a lot of tribalism because people have failed to recognize that everybody's in disarray at this point, right? It's easier to say I am in this particular position because of these type of people or these people that's from here. It's easier to do that than to be wrong in the person that you elected to make the laws and the policies for you, right? Because people don't like to be wrong. It's not just
presidential, that's local.
No. Yeah, that's. I mean, I seen it when I went home, right? I'm at the crib and I'm looking like, man, why we don't have this and why do we have that? And I was like, damn, well, because same thing Jeff was talking about before, we keep electing the same people and expecting them to do something different. We have not asked for the receipts to these policies.
And
they
carrying
claim
on
to.
the lineage of the people that came before them.
Come on, man. Exactly, bro. We haven't held them accountable for the things they supposedly have been doing for us, right? And that's across the board and across the spectrum. That goes on so many different levels and so many different fronts, man. I think people have to truly recognize, and then it's some personal accountability, right?
Exactly.
You are where you are because of you and your actions, right? Or lack thereof.
Exactly.
Or lack thereof, man.
You either have insight or you don't.
There you go, bro. I don't know, man.
We got to stop blaming others, and all of the blame has to start in the mirror, because we've all elected somebody that was wrong. We've all looked the other way when things happen and we know it shouldn't happen. And that's all the things that come together combined, which causes the divide. Now we have to mend this thing. We have to bring it back together, because eventually we're not only gonna be warring with ourselves, but other places are gonna start to see us as weak, and they're gonna say, right, we can take over.
But that's the only thing that brings us together, though.
Yeah, but but as you can see, that doesn't last.
America is that shit. Like that's your little brother, right? You can fight in the house, but if somebody else come fuck with family, like that's how it goes down.
We can't be the two people that love drama. So our relationship is strongest when it's drama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to find other common ground in America we fight, you know. You know what I'm saying? America strong, whatever the slogans are for the moment.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like we have to actually find more common ground, man.
And I think in doing that, here's the problem, right? Well, one of the problems, right? You have people, a certain group of people of this country that would rather see it burn.
Right. There's anarchists everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and on both sides, right? You got extremists on both sides who rather just see the government dismantled, right? Like real talk. You got some right wing dudes that, you know, I know my rights, and you can't tell me this, that, and the third. They rather to burn it down. You got these leftist dudes, they extremist fuck. They want to burn everything down and do, you know, anti-fascists and all these other cats, right? They want to burn everything down. Then you got everybody's in the middle. I think the people that are in the middle, the common American, your common folk who just want to, you know, live and maintain a healthy relationship with their family, with their job, and be pillars in their community, right? We win by and large, right? We are the larger number, right? And
we survive through whatever we're going through.
Yeah, no, absolutely, right. But I think surviving, right? Surviving is a great word to use, but then that action, we have to be activated to move in a way in which it's not just working for us, right? I saw this thing today. I was CNN, and they was talking about the city of Buckhead, right, suburb of Atlanta. How they want to secede from Atlanta because of the crime, because of X, Y, and Z. They don't like the mayor and this and the third. And in my head, I'm looking like, I mean, obviously Buckhead, you know, 70, 80% white community, man, high end. They got nice shit, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, why secession isn't the answer to something like that, right? You know, how do we duplicate the success that you've had or that you're having in your city, right? In your smaller municipalities? How do we duplicate that on a larger scale to make that more beneficial? Because people that live in Hollywood, Rodeo Drive, and all these nice neighborhoods, man, they don't have crime because people have resources, right? And they have jobs and they have careers.
On, man.
You know what I mean? So
opportunities.
Yeah, opportunities, right? You see a lot of these hoods, man. People are creating or committing crimes, I should say, out of necessity. A lot of the times, desperation, right? And you got your one-offs, and you got your knuckleheads, and
right. You got anarchists,
but by and large, if you need more tax dollars in your city, is because you need more resources. You need more jobs because that means more taxation. Yep. You know, so how do we duplicate the success of Buckhead and bring
education programs?
Come on, man.
Where you can get higher paying jobs and still live in that area, which means you're paying more taxes.
Yes, that's the kicker, man. So
my biggest thing, man, like we need to practice being human.
That's it, bro.
Like when you were saying the thing about being the leftists are extreme, the rightists are, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, damn, that's part of the problem. We put all these titles on ourselves. I'm human, bro. That's it. You can't put no left, right. I'm not the same. I don't think the same as nobody 100% of the time. So you can't put a title on me. I'm just human. We got to practice being human, man.
So what do you? No, I agree. And once we see that in people, then you know your actions you'll be forced to treat them as such, right?
Right.
It's just how it goes, man. But then you have those who fail to recognize that. Like I'm driving home last week, right? Did I tell you the story? I don't think I told you the story. I'm driving through Tupelo, Mississippi. I'm in the left lane, cruise control locked in, running about 75. Minding my business. I think I got some podcasts on. I don't know what podcast I listen to, but I'm just minding my business. And I'm passing a couple of vehicles, and I'm not speeding crazy. I'm just comfortably, it's locked in, right? I pull up beside this white SUV, decent looking SUV, Denali GMC, right? Mississippi plates. And as I'm approaching this vehicle, this guy starts to roll down his window. And I'm like, and I'm creeping up. You know, I'm barely going faster than him, so I'm kind of like just
Right.
I look at him. His arm is out the window, fucking flipping me off. I'm like looking at his face, his all screwed face. I'm like, yo, cuz, what's your deal? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of pop off the cruise, and I kind of like look at him like, is he talking to me? Like, what's going on here? So and then so I'm just still cruising. I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. This guy having a bad day. Then he goes to swerve to try to like come over the line on me, right? And I'm looking like, oh, he got problems. He got problems. And I ride with problem solvers. That's just how I guess it.
But if you get over to the side of this road and he get out, he gonna have real problems.
And he don't even know that.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, me, I falls back. I get in the lane behind him, just kind of make sure I get the plate for just in case anything jumps off. And I'm just like, okay, what was going on here? He proceeds to hit the shoulder of the road, trying to throw rocks up on my vehicle. I'm just like, this guy's really got a problem. So I can see a car approaching on my left. And so I fall back a little bit more. And this vehicle, so that I can tell this car is kind of like seeing what this guy is doing up here.
Right.
So he gets in between us, right? And so I bring the thing out, you know what I'm saying, just in case.
Stay ready.
Because it's a soldier in me, right? And I'm sitting here I'm analyzing, right? So anyway, long story, I threw my signal like I'm about to get off on the exit. This guy, he jumps it. I'm about to show this guy. He jumps it. And I just keep going straight. He gets over there. So I hit him with the head fake, man. You know, I gave him a little pump fake action. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously this guy didn't have a bandwidth to think that I was really getting off. He couldn't think outside of his emotions or whatever the fuck he had going on. And so I'm dissecting this as I'm continuing to drive. And the only thing I could deduce, bro, was that I'm black driving through Mississippi.
Right.
I'm in the white. But Pete, bro, I'm in the wife's car. There's not. You know, there's no bumper stickers. There's nothing on this car whatsoever, bro. Legal tints. You can see me. The only thing I can deduce is that this guy looked in his rearview mirror and saw a black man. Like, I'm gonna bait him into something. I'm gonna bait him into a Rolls Royce incident. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding that we are of an intelligent life form, right?
Come on, man.
I just say,
he's still playing checkers.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, what are you like? I could end everything, you know, bro. Like, this real shit. So, and I didn't take the bait, and I was, I was driving. I said, I'm thankful that he did that shit to me, because a young Thundercat, you know, would have probably taken that bait. You know what I mean? And
he was just out for action.
Yeah. You can tell he was fishing for something. Even when I passed by him, he got off of the exit. He rolls his window back there, like, come on, waving, like, come on. I was like, bro, I did you a favor. You should be fucking thanking me, God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the things like that, man, like when you out here in the world just minding your business and going about your day, like people are hell bent on creating chaos. I guess that's my point that I'm trying to get to, is that people are hell bent on creating chaos in any shape, form, or fashion, and would do so at the expense of other people. I mean, we rolling 70 miles an hour, and this is grown ass man playing with a car, bro. Like, come on, man. You got other people around you. Even if you didn't like a black man for whatever reason, or it might have been a Missouri plates on the vehicle. Who knows? It could have just literally been that, or he could have thought it was somebody else. I don't know.
None of it makes sense, though.
None of it makes sense. None of it. Zero. Yeah, I'm not even. Anyway, but you got people like that really exist in this world, man, and so. Although, like, I'm very optimistic about where this country can be and where it can go, and because we see these small pockets of success right around the country. When you see these things, people living in harmony for the most part, right? But then you hear more or less about the bad shit that's popping because of people with ill intent, man. You know what I mean? So I think it takes. We would never 100% be together on everything, obviously, you know what I mean? And that goes without saying. But again, if me and that man pulled over, had a real conversation, bro, he would met me anywhere else. I guarantee you we got way more in common than we got not in common, bro. But he was willing to risk his, really put his life on the line for whatever reason.
And what if he had his kids in the car?
Oh, if I had my kids in the car, really would have been. Yeah. I was riding Dolo, so I was like, shit, we're gonna play, Playboy.
Exactly.
I'm nice from the vehicle on the move. Like,
come on, man.
Just know. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't want to get into all of the pod, man. But
that's why I stopped. I was like,
yeah, because I was getting warmed up, man.
Mm-hmm.
But even in saying all of that shit, man, God, like, I agree, Rio. We love Trumps, man. Everything. Hate, bigotry, racism, fucking everything, bro. And we could
You
do
don't
it.
have to love me though. Just
Man,
understand.
I put that in that same category, bro. To me, that's the same hat house, right? Just because when I say love, I'm talking not love of individual, but love of humanity. Because if I love humanity, then it don't matter what you bring into the table, bro. Your faults don't matter to me. You know what I mean? Your status in life doesn't matter to me. Like, that's love for humanity. Because if we are God's children, I want you to enjoy this beautiful opportunity we have to live this life in the physical form, bro. By all means of that, you know what I mean? Whatever that means to you, you deserve happiness because you've been given a blessed life to live here. You know what I mean? And so that's what I say, love of humanity and love in that sense, man. But people will never get there. Some dude went off on my wife the other day. She had her mask on. She was telling me about this last night. She said, yeah, I went to this little flower store in here. Fuck Zigambon in Waynesville, Missouri, by the way. Yeah, I called you out, fuckers. But you got your, like, they wouldn't even help her because she had a mask on, right? And so my wife was like, shit, bitch, I got money. I spend my money elsewhere, whatever. But in that instant, I'm thinking to myself, I was like, well, you didn't get mad at them for not having a mask on, so why do they care if you're wearing a mask?
Right.
Like,
and your mask is protecting them. It's not even
it's they protecting you for shit. You doing them a favor. Yeah, but they fronting on her like that, bro. So little weird shit like that, man. America's in a very weird place right now, and I'm constantly telling my boys to think, right?
To be aware.
To be aware, to be critical thinkers, man. Because this place is crazy. You know what I mean? And you're gonna run into some good cats, man. But then again, as the last president showed us, that you run into some good cats, man. But as soon as somebody starts singing that song of
that old
division and all this other crazy shit, and it's funny how people march in line, people who you thought that were on the up and up with you, man, and that you held in high esteem and high regard, right? You kind of like, oh, so is this what you thought the whole time, bro?
Yeah, we talked about it before. Like, somebody that actually had your six or you had their six in combat. They come back home, get out of the military, and it's like, did you really have my six?
Or you just waiting for an opportunity?
Or were you aiming at me and hoping something popped off in front of me?
Come on, man. I think it's so easily, and we're having a deep conversation tonight, bro. I think it's so easy for some people to really like discredit other people's experience in America, man. Like, it's
or
so
not even
easy.
take into account
or not even take into account, bro. Like, people think that their existence is everybody's experience. And it's easy to do that. It's so easy to freak. I get it, bro. I'm up there, I'll be talking, I'll be like, man, you don't get down from the South. They'll be like, no, I didn't experience that. Like, I'll be talking about deer or fish, and they kind of looking like, from New York, bro. I ain't I ride the subway to work, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know. Skin what deer? I went upstate once and I saw one. You know what I'm saying? But they looking at me crazy, man. I'm just like, they're like, oh, country ass dude. Who hired this country ass bumpkin, you know? But everybody's experiences is different, man. And we can coexist without discrediting other people's experiences. I guess what I'm trying to say, man. Crazy shit, man. Like, bro, you got me. I'm like low key triggered right now, like low key.
Come on.
But no, because these guys going off for work about this girl, the girl that was missing. right? Gabby, and you know,
That's
God
enough.
forgive me,
Gabby
but I forget.
P.
Yeah, I forget. I can't pronounce the last name. And this dude that's missing, man. I'm just like, and how this has garnered national attention and everything, man. But and I hate to do whataboutisms, but that's not my bag. Like, but I get it. Like when I see reports of when I see reports of black and brown bodies in like in the South be missing, or just across the country just missing, or you know what I'm saying, and that should be like the back page, fucking the third page article of a website, bro. I'd be like, damn.
Or they don't post anything until it's like,
yeah,
we were missing 3 months ago. It's like 3
like,
months.
that's crazy. And I get it, man. And I hope whoever did some harm to that child, man, is brought to justice. Old buddy or whoever fucking did it. You know what I'm saying? Because what they had to do allegedly,
Right. Yeah.
But yeah. So I apply that same hope and prayer to any and everybody that's missing, right? I hope that they're found alive and in good health, and their families can you know go on about their lives or what have you like that, man. But if we're going to apply if we're going to apply a standard of, oh my God, the world must stop and pay attention to this one particular person that's missing, then we should apply that pressure across the board. Then every time somebody that's missing, it should garner national attention, because everybody should be looking for this individual. In my sense, you know what I'm saying?
This is why we need companies like the Black News Network.
Most cats don't even know they exist, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the Black News Network.
I know they exist because I mean, again, a back page article on blackenterprise.com, and I'm like, oh, that might be neat, you know, and I just wanted to check the joint out, you know.
I think we have to start caring about our own. How many of us see that the brother's missing? Because actually, it was 3 brothers missing not too long ago. I think they found one.
Yep. Young brothers.
How many of us roll our eyes when we see that and just keep going with our day? If all of us posted it,
yeah,
that would bring a lot of attention to it.
Yeah.
If it's on your feed 10 times, you're like, well, damn.
Well, we at?
What's really going on with this?
Where the hell he at then?
Yeah, we have to get, like, I don't know, search party committees in certain areas, and it's like, you the Atlanta chapter or the Georgia chapter, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we got to put y'all on the bus to go help look, you know what I'm saying? That's what we'll do. We have to start taking care of our own, man, because nobody else is going to take care of us.
You know, and it's saying that, I try to find some intelligence, but like, because again, and when we say our own, we're not just talking about black people, right? Because our community is expansive, right? So you look at, I don't know if you saw this Ted Koppel little episode on like ABC News on Sunday. I'm a fucking news nerd sometimes, bro. So he's talking about like Mayberry, the fictitious town of fucking Mayberry.
Oh yeah.
You saw that joint?
No, I see it.
He was like, you know, basically, I boil it down. He's like, no black people live here. And why do no black people live here? He said, well, they find it. One of the gentlemen said they find it extremely uncomfortable to live here. Right?
Oh, in the real time.
Yeah. You're saying. Yeah. And so, and that being said, you have people who seclude themselves in America, right? It's not us. So when I say we look out for our own, right? The black community is full of everybody else, by and large, right? I live in rural Alabama, man. I see Mexican homeboys. I saw an Asian chick the other day when I was at home. I was like, when did that happen? Because it was a rarity when I was in school, but now it's like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? There's
a Chinatown. There's a little Haiti. There's a little Havana. We don't have that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we don't exclude and say, hey, this is gonna be a black only town. I don't think I've ever heard of one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Black Wall Street, I guess, was the black part of town. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't get the whole town.
But even exploring that was out of necessity, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah. I know why.
Yeah. So that
when
was
you
because
reject this, we gonna build our own.
Yeah, right. Okay, bitch, we got money too. What up?
Talk about it.
Run something. But yeah, exactly. So things like that. So I guess I said all that to say, when you said our community, I think people might be like, "Oh, you mean the black community?"
Yeah.
Like, no, but our shit is inclusive and expansive, bro. Like, dude, I'll be walking with my mother-in-law. Was that?
Our community has never been monolithic.
Never been. Never been. Never been. Never been. I'll say it again, because they ain't hear me the first 4 times. But exactly, bro.
Say it with your chest.
Again, we're not built like that. We're not built like that, bro. Like at all. My oldest boy, he gonna catch hell in college. Like, cause he wants to go to Morehouse. We watched this thing one day. He saw the men of Morehouse, man.
Shout out to Dion Morehouse.
Come on, man. You know, so he come through. We watching this joint. I'm just like, dang, them boys clean with it. They swagging out. You know what I'm saying? My 13-year-old looked at me. He said, "Dad, I want to go to that school." And man, like, I lit up with so much fucking joy, bro. Just on the possibility of him, just aspiring to, even at 13, to say, "I'm going to Morehouse, bro." Because we don't live in the South, man. And so, and I say that from a standpoint of identity, right? This kid loves everything. He's in at school, the only club he's in is the Harry Potter club. Like, he's that dude, and I love it. I love it because I love what the college experience would mean for his development as a man, bro.
And he won't have a lot of the preconceived notions we have.
No. And I love that.
The way we did.
Like, so my goal is to get this kid into Morehouse, man. Shout out to Morehouse and all the HBCUs out there. Like,
shout out Dion Miel.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. I'm like, yo, he said that to me, man. I lit up like, man, because I wanted to go to HBCU. I went to the Army instead.
I used to go to Hampton University for the summer programs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if I would have went to college, I probably would have went to Hampton.
Bruh. Again, not monolithic. So even though he's, coming from that, creative, he's a creative. He likes drama, musical, Harry Potter, and not being monolithic as a black man in America, man, he would go there and experience so many more things. He would find his pocket of individuals who likes that type of shit. But then again, not being monolithic, because we come in so many different shapes, forms, fashions, colors, creeds, and so on and so forth, right? He's gonna find so much more stuff. Like, I'm the polar opposite. He get in my truck, he want to put on Ed Sheridan. I'm looking at them like, yo, it's fucking Tupac Day. It's Trick Daddy Day, homie. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you don't know now.
Trick Daddy Tuesdays.
Hey, don't get in my truck Thursday. It's Trick Daddy Thursday, boy. I'm like, bitch, you don't know now. You know what I'm saying? He like, Daddy, Mike, this is the type of music you grew up on, sir? I'm like, yeah, dope, ain't it? He looking at me like, no.
I said something to my son the other day, and he was like, that's not nice to say. That's it won't prejudice or something like that, but he was just like, that's not nice to say.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was just telling you how we would say it in the 90s. Like, I'm not saying it now.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, don't judge me. I'm just saying, boy. You know what I meant.
Trying to learn you something.
The world is a very strange place, son. Keep up. Try to flip it on him.
I told him I was proud of him, because I'm like, I would have never told my dad that.
Yeah.
I would have said I never want to be like that in my head, but I would have never said it out loud to be like, that was wrong.
That's crazy how, like, imagine you being a grandfather, right? And imagine what your grandchild would say to you, because it, like, the evolution of man, right? And I always say the youth is going to save us, right? You always hear me say that. Because, again, we're that generation of preconceived notions, right? Still, because we got it from the generation who had preconceived notions, who got it from the Jim Crow era, right? Who got it from, go keep going, all of that, right? And so now, that process, right, is slowly is breeding out that I won't say breeding out, but that, hey, watch your back from the man type shit that our parents grew up with, is slowly becoming less of a thing per se.
Right.
And these kids are more inclusive than our parents were because of us, because we got it from both sides. We was like, well, yeah, I know you got it from Big Mama, and Big Mama had to work for the man 18 hours a day, and she ain't had time. She got a 4th grade education because of she had to go pick okra at 4 in the morning type shit. You know what I'm saying? But then slowly we got more and more away from that. You know what I'm saying? Now
your life experience took over.
Yes. So now we're on different levels now, man. And our kids are on different levels right now. You know what I mean? And then their kids are gonna be on different levels right now, and based on the experience and the knowledge and the stuff at their fingertips that they're gonna have readily available. And I just hope that the youth, like right now, we still got a subset of America that still believes the Trump big lie. Y'all just had a recount out there in Arizona. This motherfucker,
yes, we did.
He didn't won Maricopa County like 12 times.
Biden actually got more votes this time.
He got more votes this time. Y'all better stop counting. Fuck, he gonna be president for the next 12 years. Y'all keep counting that shit.
And more Trump votes disappeared somehow.
Yeah, because they were fraudulent.
Come on, man.
But I'm saying like shit like that. I think people who subscribe to that type of rhetoric are hopefully a dying breed, bro. And logic and conversation and reason will win the day. You know, that's what I hope.
The more this generation, the current youth generation, gets away from where they grew up and actually experience life and experience new things, is going to be all for the better.
Come on, bro.
The problem is too many people stay in their community bubble. That's all they know. That's all they were ever taught. So they're never going to grow.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I challenge everybody. If you're under 25 and you've never been outside the state where you live, take a damn road trip.
Man.
Get you a $200 worth of gas, 100 on the way, 100 on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And just go stay at some hotels and see some places.
Go meet some people.
Yeah, go meet some people that of different cultures.
Come on,
Phoenix
man.
is definitely a melting pot. If you ever want to come to Phoenix, come to Phoenix.
I thought about it, but y'all heat be different.
Go to LA. LA is different.
Yeah.
Go to Venice Beach.
They taxing out there.
Yeah, go to Vegas. Like, you'll meet all kinds of people in Vegas. And because you're at casinos, they're gonna be more friendly. They're gonna be ready to party with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll get to see America at its best and worst in Vegas.
Shout out to Vegas, man. I got a homeboy live out there. We gonna get them cats on, man.
Yep.
But you're right, man. We are the sum of all of our experiences, bro. That's if you haven't experienced much, you have a pretty low sum.
You will always fear me if you're never around me.
Bro, come on, man. That's why, like again, being in this part of America, man, I see it. I ride through these towns, bro, and I'd be like, African American population 1. And it's me because I'm driving through that shit.
Right. He said that number rotates.
Yeah, like if I start to get gas, shit, I might be able to run for mayor. Like I know. And I would not want to live like that. Like right now, like my neighbors right now, bro, are from everywhere. You know what I mean? I love the neighborhood that I live in, man. I got white neighbors, Italian neighbors, Hispanic neighbors, neighbors, Ireland neighbors, like all the way up and down the street, bro. And we converse. You know what I'm saying? We have conversation, man. Like my neighbor, man, shout out, man. He brought me, his wife makes these mugs, right? She brought me a mug today. Well, he brought it to me. She made it. Because he had a knee surgery, and I would cut his grass. I cut his grass all from spring to like day before yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't get out there and cut his grass no more. He don't look like me, but I love humanity. You know what I mean? And that's the neighborly thing. You do things like that for your neighbor when they are in need. That you could be on the other foot any fucking day of the week, bro.
Yeah.
But right now it's on his foot now. Hey, I'm doing at least what I can do. And they thought enough to bring me an Alabama cup You know what I'm saying? Printed with the Crimson Tide, Roll Tide on it, man. These guys are Arkansas Razorback fans, so I knew that took a lot of sacrifice.
Right.
I was just like, man, tell her.
And they've been getting dug in for a while.
I was like, man, tell her I'm sorry she had to touch all this power on this cup with his Alabama on it, but I so appreciate it. But they didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I just go do it. I cut mine, dude. I literally leave my grass and go to his yard.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Just because it's a neighborly thing. I don't cut my grass
Without
not cutting his grass.
Never had knock on the door and tell him you doing it. You just like, I'm here.
Bro, he said, I'm having a surgery. I'm like, oh man. He's like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hey, don't worry about it. We got it. Don't worry about it. It don't matter what it is. If I go out there and I know he's walking with a walker right now, if I see him, I go get my trash can. For on trash day, I send my son, hey, go put his trash can on the side of his house. Get it off the street and go put it by his house. So he don't have to come out there and come home and fucking worry about it. Neighbor shit. You feel me?
Right.
And
finding common ground.
Yeah. Neighbor shit. And it helps that he's a great individual. I mean, that helps. But I will be willing to do that for any of my neighbors that needed me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I see trash blow in my neighbor yard from wherever. It didn't get be from my house. I go get it. I walk it, He got a beautiful lawn. I don't want this guy lawn to look fucked up. I go get the trash out of his yard. He don't need to be home half the day. He probably looking at his camera like, what the fuck in my yard? I'm picking up random trash that blowed in his yard,
Mm-hmm.
Crazy shit, man. But we got to do these type of things, man. That's the only way we're gonna make it, bro. We got to do these type of things, man. And it's on us to teach the youth what it is. We've
gotten away from being neighbors.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
You just the guy next door.
Yep. I don't know that motherfucker. He don't speak to me. That's how cats be. He ain't speak to me. I don't know that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I used to give my neighbors my phone number and be like, look, if my music too loud or we making too much noise, because on the weekend we like to turn up a little bit.
Holla at me.
Just text me. You ain't gotta call. Just text me.
Yep. Can y'all keep it down? Yeah. Done. Say less.
Yeah.
Say less. That's what they do, man. That. That's what neighbors do.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
No need to get authorities involved. You know what I'm saying? Just call me.
We gotta
love my number, knock on the door.
That's it, bro. We gotta love humanity, man.
That's it.
That's the only way we're gonna make it. And it's easier said than done. Because the lines are drawn, B.
It ain't. It's easier done than said. Because all you gotta do is say, fuck it. I'm gonna do the right thing.
Yeah, but
in every situation, I'm gonna do the right thing.
Motherfuckers ain't built like that these days, bro.
I'm gonna think with my heart and not with my allegiances.
Bro. So, because
allegiances are fickle.
Yes.
So,
and people have allowed these, like you said, these allegiances and these facets to define them, not realizing that they were human, they were individuals, they were people prior to even gathering these notions of other people. You know what I'm saying? What was that? What's that one movie? God dang it! When you get to a certain age and they put you in a particular party, and it was like fast shit over family or something. Like, what's that? Is it Deception? Or you got the girl and she's part of the warrior class and her brother's part of like the political family. Oh man, the name of this movie. Somebody I didn't know it, but anyway, Deception. What the fuck is the name of this movie? Inception. Anyway,
that's the one where you in the brain.
Oh yeah. But
dreaming about dreams about dreams.
I was a leader now. But in this movie, that's what they did, and people would literally split families apart because hey, you are
So you had your warriors, your farmers, and
yeah, you don't remember that movie? Like that. They made like 3 of them shits.
Unless you're talking about
You mean pull my phone out?
I know what you're talking about.
They would one started with the DDoSes, dog. What the fuck is it called?
Is that the one where they had to fight for the food or fight for
Bruh, the name of anyway, I guess it ain't the point at this point. I'm kind of killing the fucking pod and I apologize. But it ain't Deception.
I keep wanting to say Ring of Fire, but it's something fire, something
man, I'm gonna have to pause this shit and ask my wife.
Nah, you good, bro. We'll come up with the name as soon as we get on this.
But anyway, yeah. But I think that's what like there's a real life thing happening right now, where the factions and the ideologies of are taking over, and people are just.
We've always said if you're separate, you're easier to control.
Yeah. I'm still looking for this shit. I can't let it go.
You ain't talking about Hunger Games, right?
No.
Okay.
Divergent. Divergent joint. And it was talking about how the faction over family, because it was like if your mother was a particular class and your father's particular class or the brother's particular class, you're not even allowed to associate with them at a certain point. You go fall in with your fucking faction.
Your clan.
Your clan, and that's it. That's what and I think that's what people are right now. So when I hear these stories of people being, at the Thanksgiving dinner table and like, man, I ain't talked to my daddy in fucking 6 months because he voted for Trump. Like because he chose faction over family. And I think that's
not natural either.
No, it's not natural. That's why I think that's bullshit. And you have to be able to you got to have a mental bandwidth to say, okay, wait a fucking minute, guys. These people come and go. These people.
To me, that almost seemed cultish.
Bro, they are operating like that. They operate like that real big time. People are operating like that, man. And they've drawn these crazy lines in the sand and saying, this is who I am. Yeah, real talk, man. And I'm like, that ain't what you don't get down like that, especially for the cats that I know. This guy just came along and had the best flow, and you bought it hook, line, and sinker. He had a dope flow that your granddaddy probably fucking told you was the way you're supposed to operate, and you diverted back to that.
Or he said he gave some nuance to something you already thought anyway. And even though you only agreed with part of it, you decided to go with, I'll make no other part of what he's saying. I'm just gonna follow him for this part.
He said that one thing that I like. Who cares if he grabs pussies?
He 50%.
Who cares if this guy got them? Who cares the other guy got dementia?
Exactly.
But no, man, we got to be able to care about our fellow humans, and again, not because nobody's 100% anything, bro. That person does not exist. Does not exist. That I'm 100% pick a political ideology. Nobody's 100% that particular political ideology.
The problem is two people too afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
They don't want to show the chinks in their armor.
Yep. Oh, I thought you was Mr. Da. Like, nah.
I'd rather be 100% wrong than 5% right.
Be an independent thinker, man, and vote for the person who's gonna uplift your community, bro. Get something out of the deal. Your vote counts. Like, get something out of the fucking deal, bro.
Yeah.
Don't just get like, that's my guy. You get to wear a fucking red hat for 4 years.
That he didn't give you for free either. You had to pay for that.
Yeah, you bought that shit and it was made in China, but America first. Like, come on, man.
Exactly.
Like, don't just buy dumb shit just for the sake of it, man. Get something out of the fucking deal. What'd you get out of that? You didn't get
heartache.
You're not a fucking
you still having migraines every day telling somebody he really won.
I know it was stolen. Really? Like, how many times you gonna count these fucking votes, bro? And like
6.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And I mean, God bless you get that time to waste on that type of shit, but that's what we are, man.
I hate doing the same thing twice. So I know if I had to count something 6 times.
But some people love saying it. This dude's supposed to, they didn't put out some arbitrary date on social media like 10 times since this guy been defeated in the election. And be like, oh, he gonna be the president on August 3rd. He gonna be the July 4th.
That's a cult leader. That's a cult leader moving the day when the meteor gonna hit the earth.
I just got a headache thinking about this shit. Oh man, I don't know. I think we beat the shit out of this dead horse. And I
definitely
think,
down.
Yeah. Oh shit, she didn't breathe her last breath, dog. And love of humanity, bro. That's my parting words. I'm not gonna go on some long fucking soliloquy about what the fuck is supposed to pop right now, man, because we're all capable of it. We're all capable of it, man. If I want my neighbor to live, thrive, survive, and do as well as I am, then I did my part. And if he did that to his neighbor and everybody in the sound of our voice doing that to their neighbors, we'll get somewhere, man. I believe that we'll get somewhere, bro. What you got for the people, Ken folk? Man, we back on the Tinted reality show, by the way, man. I know this shit been heavy. Man. It ain't been as shit talkery as you would like, but damn it, we did the show the way we saw fit. This shit ain't scripted. Exactly. Come on, man.
Trust our vision, our Tinted vision.
Yes, sir.
All I want to tell the people is fix your community. Stop trying to worry about fixing the world. Fix your community first. Take steps every day for the next month to fix your community.
Yes, sir.
Whether that's a broken HOA, you know what I'm saying?
Or a pothole in your street.
Exactly, to a broken school system.
Or your neighbor's grass needs to be cut.
That's it. Or if you haven't introduced yourself to the neighborhood, but you've been living there 2 years.
Yeah.
Fix your community. There's no community without you.
Bro.
I'm gonna let that marinate.
Cause you just got me. Real quick.
I see your face. I was like, he ain't got it yet.
Because we were talking about we was talking about like immigration, man. And then I'm thinking in terms of like, how can we make, like, there's so many homes within these communities, man, that are just down and out, and just need somebody to put 5 minutes in the coat of paint on these bitches.
Yeah.
Think about that. I mean, I'm immigrants or refugees from wherever, and I'm saying, okay, well, shit, you know, we even fund you a crib. It needs some work, but we're gonna allow you to, you know, get this job and help bring the property value of this particular community, bro. All them dilapidated cribs in Detroit.
Yeah,
man, they had that house
nobody will ever move to.
Yeah, come on, man. And not just Detroit, but all these other places, man. I'm gonna leave it alone, but that's my point. Like, we got, man. My wife told me, God damn, like you said, I'm gonna get off, but like, remember my wife was talking the other day. She told me, she's like, hey, this guy was talking about Finland, and he said they had just eradicated homelessness. And then the guy, I think it was Jake Tapper, he asked him, oh, you know, what was the game plan? He's like, honestly, we just got tired of spending money because, you know, they would come there, we need health care. Then they would need, some people need rehab. And we looked at the cost analysis of the money we were spending to provide these people with all these soup kitchens and all this other stuff. And it was just cheaper to just provide homes for them and put them in work programs to where they can rehabilitate and take them.
Come on, man.
Constantly, he said that the cost just, he's like, literally, he said by the end of this year, we will have zero homelessness.
That's dope.
Bro.
You know, LA need to take that blueprint and work a neighborhood at a time.
Come on, man. Like, can we do that in America? This is the question. Can we do it? The
problem is everybody want to build high rises. Nobody want to build low income.
I don't think we want to do it. We don't want to solve our problems here because
then you got somebody to look down on.
God,
why would I want to be at the bottom of the totem pole?
Come on, man. You better stop living in my head rent free, bro.
I know. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you breathe on it.
No, I'm done. That shit ain't got no more breath, man. Tinted reality show episode number. It don't even matter. Get at us, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, any and everywhere you get your podcast. We back in the building. Respect more content. Tell a friend and tell a friend. I love my main man Rio, and we back up in here, man. And God, hopefully we said something tonight that inspire you to be a better human being to the people around you. And negativity can't be the only thing that is infectious, man. Positivity is infectious as well, and let it spread.
I'm gonna say two things. One, if you remember on Monsters Inc., they used to collect screams, negativity. a scream might only fill up the bottle a quarter.
Come on, boy.
When they start collecting laughs, they were filling up 10, 15 bottles. It's easier to fill up life on laughter than it is on screams.
Come on, boy.
Help your neighbors laugh. Keep your neighbors from screaming.
You see that?
And then the second thing is, stop telling me y'all like the podcast and y'all ain't telling nobody else. Spread the word. It's the only way we're gonna get big.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm out.
In the meantime, in between time, ladies and gentlemen, Tinted Reality Show. Live, love, life, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.